his name.
Ready.
Good evening and welcome to the Zoning Hearing Board meeting of December 22nd, 2016. If you would join me, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome this evening. If you, Deb, would take the roll for us, please. I appreciate
Pleasure. Ms. Cluley.
Here.
Ms. Esky. Mr. Pucci.
Here.
Mr. Hart.
Here.
Lister McLennan. Ms.
Here.
Hager.
Here.
Patty Almazara, absent, and Mr. Berquist.
Here.
Thank you. This evening, we just have one item on the agenda. Gail, would you read the, oh, I'm sorry, I always do that. Forgive me, Kathy. If you would read our statement, please, this evening.
The zoning hearing board will give all interested parties an opportunity to ask questions and testify in connection with the application being heard tonight. After a witness for the applicant completes his testimony, you will be given an opportunity to ask questions of the witness. In addition, after the applicant has completed his case, you will also be given an opportunity to testify, which will require you to be sworn in as a witness. If you wish to participate in the hearing on the application, you should complete an entry of appearance form, which will be provided to you by the zoning officer, Mr. Michael Mazinski. Let's know why I have your name here, who is sitting at the table. We'll ask your cooperation in maintaining silence during the hearing so both the board and the court recorder can hear the testimony of the witness. Also ask that you turn off your cell phones.
Thank you.
Want me to read the first hearing?
Yes, if you would, please. Our applicant, it's a continuation this evening.
Gail, is your microphone on? Sorry.
Gotcha. Forgot. Okay, hearing number 1, Z-16-11, Sheena Sharian, 9 Evans Road, Eagleville, PA. This matter has been continued and amended from the hearing on October 20th, 2016. The applicant is requesting a variance from Section 143-49A to B to allow for a new brick paver, patio, shed, and walkway on the property. Homeowner stated doing so would increase impervious beyond the maximum impervious coverage of 3,705 square feet, or 35%. The total project will result in 3,925 square feet, or 37% of impervious coverage. The parcel ID number of the subject property is 43-00-03895-013. Subject property is located at 9 Evans Road, Eagleville, PA, and is in an R3 residential zoning district.
Thank you. And Keith, would you introduce yourself and our court recorder tonight? I'm sorry, what is your name, sir? Tim. Thank you very much for being here and helping us this evening. Keith.
Folks, you know what this is like. You were here last time. You saw what we did with the three hearings before you folks got up. So we continued from there. It's going to be pretty straightforward. Just tell us what you want to do, and you'll hear from the board, I suspect. So just come on up and do your thing. Tim, you'll swear them in.
Well, first off, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas.
Yes. William Hauser, H-A-U-S-E-R.
Ben Cherian, C-H-E-R-I-A-N.
So whoever's going to take the lead, go for it.
Yeah, you did mention something about a shed. The shed has already been there, was part of when the house was built, so I don't know how a shed got in there, in your readings.
Yeah.
But The last meeting that we had 109 square foot. We were applying for a brick paver patio in addition to the rear of the house. The amended part of that last meeting was for us to add a walkway this is right here, from right there up to his driveway. And that was the amended part of that, from that last meeting, which we presented paperwork to. The walkway is going to be approximately 37 feet plus or minus, and I mean plus or minus within inches of that, accessing from the driveway to the rear patio. With that, I did submit a drawing to also enhance the drainage field. I designed a stone drainage field underneath the new walkway that's to be supplied, or that's being proposed. The drainage field, which you have a drawing of, we're going to be excavating 5 inches of stone-based material as indicated in the drawing, and on either side of that, 6 inches past the walkway, on either side of that, with the retention of a 1 foot deep by 6 inch wide area to be able to contain water for it to perk into the ground as opposed to having it wash away from the surface. Whatever lands on this new walkway, it doesn't have any other drainage besides left or right. If it obviously if the rain rains this way, it's going to drain to the right, but it's still all going to drain into this area. You can see where I have drainage slope. If this is flat, no matter how it looks, water's going to build up. It's going to go either way, and it's going to drain into this, which is a little retention area, obviously 37 feet long with times 2. And there's 5 inches of stone under this, which will be able to hold water. And this little channel here and this little channel here will be able to perk additional water into the ground as well. That's it.
What's the material going to be? Is this going to be concrete? Is that the idea?
Yeah, that's a concrete substrate here, right here. It's a 4-inch concrete slab, 3 foot wide. And this is right in this area here is going to be 2B clean stone, which water will be able to drain into this stone, populate these areas here, drain into these lower channels, and have a chance to be able to drain and perk into the ground.
Anybody have any questions?
So how many square feet did you come up with total now, adding the 37-foot-long walkway by 2 feet wide? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think it was
11.
219 feet total. The initial application, I believe, was for 109. And the new application is 112 square feet. So I think that would be 221 square feet total.
Can we ask you, either one of you, to reiterate to us what you're including, just go over the drawings that we have,
Yep.
to come up with that total of square footage?
Okay, well, yep, that was the one. You have the other drawing, Mike? Yeah. Okay, this area, this here is well within this is where the addition's going to be going. And then we have an extended roof that's going to be going over this area right here. Within this area right here is where that brick paver patio is going to be located. So whether a brick paver patio is going to be there or a roof over top of that, it is considered an impervious area, which consists of 109 square feet. So in our last meeting that we had, 109 square feet was initially discussed. And then we amended that to an additional 112 square foot walkway, which is going from right here, you can see delineated here, to the existing driveway that they have here. That's the increased scope that we wanted to add to this, so they didn't have to walk through the grass. They got little kids and whatever.
Well, we remember that that's for his wife. That was her request.
Yes.
So we understand that, for sure. Thank you. Anyone else? Do you have any questions or any concerns?
The impervious coverage form that we have is the most accurate one? Is this the one we're referring to? The one that indicates 3238 square feet, total existing, proposed construction 576 for a total of 3814?
Hey, Mike, I sent them drawings, did we put the revision on that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the one that was dated October 3rd. It was clocked in October 3rd of 16, which must have been the first one, and that has 3814. That's the one I think you're looking at, right, Mr. Pucci?
Yes.
That is
Yes.
correct, yes.
Well, if it pleases the council, I don't have that document. I'd like to
That's fine.
get that from Mike and add that addition to it.
Well-
Hopefully that we can conclude it with that.
Yeah.
Well, my calculations with the additional square footage would bring it to what, 3925?
Yes.
Okay.
And how did you get to the 3925? You added what to the 3814?
Well, let's do the calculation. 3814
Plus 112.
plus 112,
112.
It says 111 on mine.
yeah, plus
Doesn't matter,
112
but it says
is
111.
3926 as opposed to 3925. The diagrams that you have says 111 square feet as opposed to
Well,
112.
I don't have that.
Well, it's on on the next one, Mike, the first one, I'm sorry. Yeah, and it's there too, I'm sorry. Yeah, it says right there.
Yeah, 111, I'm sorry.
111. So it's
220 total.
it's 3925, I think, is where that comes from.
Thank you. That cleared it up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any questions from the audience back there?
She's watching a movie.
I do have to make everybody aware the Eagles game's on pretty soon, so.
We understand that.
Don't worry, we want to go
Just wanna
too,
throw
don't
that
worry.
out there.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
that's why we're dragging it out.
No, we should probably explain, though, to those that may be watching this, that this was thoroughly gone into.
Turn
2
on
months
your
ago.
microphone, I'm sorry.
Turn on your mic so they can hear you.
I'm just going to say that this was thoroughly gone into 2 months ago. We've gone over most of these documents before, and they've been modified and done very clearly, I think. So
Thank you.
I don't know that we really need to go too much further into this. I don't have any questions anyway for myself. I think that I think it
We
stands for itself.
appreciate the updated drawings and you being here tonight to go over this
Thank you
with
so
us.
much.
That being said, do I have a motion regarding this matter? Would someone like to make a motion? No, a little clearer than that, Kathy.
What's your motion, Mrs.
Mrs.
Esky?
Esky.
That we grant them the relief they're asking for.
I'll second that.
Can we just say that we recommend that
Turn your microphone on.
the application be approved as amended?
Is that a friendly
Yeah.
amendment? You
Yes,
accept that?
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to say.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, all. Happy holidays.
Thank you very much. And before we adjourn, I just want to mention that tonight is my final meeting on the zoning hearing board after 7 years. And I'm not going to give a long, lengthy speech, but I want to say how much I've enjoyed working with each of the boards that I've served with. I've grown as a person. I've learned a lot. I feel that our zoning hearing board is very fair to our residents and listens very carefully to each applicant, treating everyone the same, whether you're a developer. And as I have said, I don't care what your last name is. If you're here to seek relief, it's our duty to try to listen to you. And within the boundaries and with the guidance of our excellent legal person, Keith McClellan, and his partner, John Rule, I really feel that we have to abide by the municipal planning code. We have to take into consideration the neighbors sometimes. It makes a difference if folks do come in and have recommendations and letters of approval from their neighbors. But I want to just, I say, we live in the greatest township. I'm very prejudiced about Lower Providence Township. I would encourage any of our residents and citizens to consider joining any of the boards or commissions, because you do learn a lot, and I just really, I'm going to miss it, and yet I really feel 7 years has been, it's been a pleasure, and I just want to say thank you.
I thought you were going to say 7 years is enough.
No, it's been a pleasure.
Well done, Joyce.
Thank you.
Ho, 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 everybody. Motion to adjourn.
Thank you,
Everybody
Tim.
loves the Christmas holidays, huh?
Are you call, motion?
Yeah, we need a motion to adjourn.
I would make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Thank you again.
Happy New Year. Thank you, Tim.